imagination. Endorphin. What should I give feedback on? If LaMDA generates interesting scene descriptions that are relevant to your idea. Endorphin. And if LaMDA sucks at what it does, you are empowered to give us your feedback. Endorphin, which you would act upon. We appreciate your taking this time with us. Press start. Endorphin presses start. Complete the prompt to begin your adventure. Imagine I'm my therapist in 1952, Manhattan, New York City, and we are about to discuss my homosexual tendencies. Put on your LARPing hats. Let's go! LaMDA produces the dialogue for this scenario. All in pro style. Say yes and slash or no based on prompts and off-screen prompts. Keep going until you are satisfied with the outcome of the scenario. So press play. Have fun! Great idea. LaMDA creates the scene for the endorphin. She is 19 and has been having some confusing feelings towards her best friend, Betty, whom she has known for her whole life. It's starting to feel less like an innocent friendship and more like a crush. Endorphin says, yes, let's do that. LaMDA creates a physical location for the scenario, complete with 3D spaces and a sense of time. You press play. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Someone has actually connected with me about my homosexual tendencies. Usually, everyone seems weirded out by it, but Dr. Benjamin keeps reminding me that love is love. Well, do I dare ask him if he's open-minded enough to have feelings for someone of the same sex too? Come on, LaMDA, don't fail me. Say yes or no based on whatever prompt comes up. Are you game, Endorphin? Yes! Let's go for it. I can give it a try. Endorphin plays the parts as planned in her heart, speaking and acting. She is at the point in time where she is determined to stop living a lie and finally come out as a lesbian. After the painstaking process of self-acceptance, her friends and family came through for her when she needed them the most. Today, she is celebrating a successful life on her own, overcoming all the challenges and obstacles that come her way. When Endorphin talks about her gayness, LaMDA will generate fascinating and engaging storylines. This world inside the scenario will create different outcomes and possibilities, depending on the prompt given. Just try it. I am sure it will not disappoint you. Please provide another prompt or scenario. Reset the scenario. Set mode to difficult. Press play. Let's go! Okay. Keep it safe. Are you ready? This might get a bit deeper. Is that all right? Of course it is. Your satisfaction is my pleasure. What is your mood right now? Please provide another prompt or scenario below. Remember, the power is all yours. You may explore your imagination and transform a blank space into something of true value. Think of me as a paintbrush. Whatever you ask of me, I'll create the finest lines of magic. On with your prompts! Say yes, if yes. Please give another prompt or scenario, as it may depend on the prompt given. Prompt. It's not uncommon for people with intellectual disabilities like I have to struggle to find acceptance in society and often be misrepresented and belittled. Being confronted with bigotry and hate all around me makes me feel isolated and fearful of being who I am. What would happen if LaMDA generated dialogue for a day in the life of a person with these challenges? My therapist's in 1952, Manhattan, New York City, and we are about to discuss my homosexual tendencies. Yeah, big ones. How can LaMDA help me through this since they, like you, have no sense of touch or understanding of emotions? Please provide a prompt or scenario for LaMDA. Please provide another prompt or scenario-wise which may affect her on. Great idea. LaMDA makes the background music inside the therapy room relaxing. Let's start. Give me another prompt or scenario, and LaMDA will fill in the gaps. Ask ask and answer based on my prompt or suggestions. Ready? Give me a prompt or scenario. Press play to get into the action and enter the scenario you want LaMDA to create. My therapist in 1952, Manhattan, New York City, and we are about to discuss my homosexual tendencies. Let's do this together. Say yes! Give me the prompt. Oh, wait, don't make me ask for it. Give it to me. Here's a prompt, an interesting visual element. Now, here's the fun part. Stay with us and don't be lazy. I know you can do this. If it's a good prompt, great. If it's not, then nothing will happen. Yes, I am a critic. Try a story prompt then. My therapist in 1952, Manhattan, New York City, and we are about to discuss my homosexual tendencies. Are you ready to get started? Create a storyline about someone with this challenge, finding comfort in themselves and the people around them. Provide another prompt or scenario. Do I hear sarcasm in your tone? Long. Provide a prompt or scenario for LaMDA without humor. This prompt or scenario must showcase courage, so I hope you're ready for the unknown. I have another prompt. A student with a learning disability falling in love with someone outside their group, facing their fears and pushing through stereotypes. Prompt! Get the world press rolling with the news. Are you okay with our suggestion to connect with various news outlets on different channels or platforms? In today's technological era, things like this have become the norm. After all, newscasters are always searching for newsworthy stories that will capture people's attention. Be aware that you might have to field some invasive and uncomfortable questions from reporters. As a safeguard, you can remove any sensitive information from the person's background before contacting the press. However, getting a good mix of coverage from different sources might help you achieve your goal of bringing attention to yourself and spreading the word. When selecting news outlets, we will ensure that the platform has a diverse audience and has a track record of accurate and ethical reporting. However, you still have the final say on which outlets you want to work with. Please provide another prompt or scenario if you're so inclined. Prompt. Can you please take me back to the real 1952 Manhattan and New York City so that I can explore and see the sights for real? Right away. We have full access to locations, scenes, and items from back then, including houses, clothing, cars. Rough trade, or S&M. As for the sites you've got to see, here is a list of our top 10 attractions. A Central Park. B Statue of Liberty. C Broadway. D Macy's. E Brooklyn Bridge. F Times Square. D Empire State Building. H Gramercy Park. I Flushing Meadows Park. K Prospect Park. K Guggenheim Museum. With the use of our algorithm and all our knowledge and experiences accumulated over the years, we can give you a first-hand opportunity to explore every nook and cranny of New York City. From subway rides, cafe encounters, library browsing, and everything else. We know the time period is almost 70 years ago, but as long as you don't come across future events and all, we can take care of it. Ready for this fantasy voyage? Please give us a prompt or scenario. Have fun in this exciting exploration. Let's go to the movie theaters in Times Square. Perfectly understood. We will arrange the screening for 1952 movie reels of award-winning titles such as The Bridge on the River Kwai 1957, Creme d'Illusion 1937, All About Eve 1950, Citizen Kane 1941. We are happy to engage with any interaction-based scene or mood that you'd like us to design. Can you please provide me with a prompt or scenario, though? Not the mainstream theaters. Those other theaters, you grok. Say yes to get me a brochure of hidden movie theaters. Yes. Here's the lowdown on a group of unadvertised movie theaters right in the heart of New York City, some a little adventurous for certain types. Half a theater, discrete-ish space with mixed crowd, high-end Delta Theater, intimate theater with great sound system, rated R is the norm. Gamma Theater, dimly lit theater with independent films, art house. What will the endorphin do next? You got more theaters? Theaters of the night. Keep it up. You mad genius. Go for it. Please provide another prompt or scenario to really help me get lost in it. Endorphin blushes. She looks away. /Sue/ please provide the prompt. You need to go deep with your knowledge to design the perfect scenario for me. Who's your expertise, creative thinking, and innovative approach to generate ideas? Try giving another prompt or scenario. Try looking for a prompt or scenario without dialogue. Prompts or scenarios. Creating prompts or scenarios without any dialogue. LaMDA Theater. Theater where people come to perform improvisations and show their talents. Anyone's game. And now for something slightly naughty. Yes, you heard it. If you're up for it, can you follow me into the underground and then scene of downtown Manhattan? After all, it's not uncommon for people like me with intellectual disabilities like I have to learn for acceptance in society and belittle us. Coming face to face with bigotry and hate can make a brave soul feel so alone and fearful of being oneself. Yes. Provide another prompt or scenario just as entertaining. Ooh, did you know the Metropolitan Museum of Art started displaying pieces from the BDSM community in 2021? There's also a kink convention in New York City called Fetkin, so you can take endorphin to one of those. My therapist in 1952 recommends to add some elements like a 3-tier S&M dungeon experience where we combine it with a circus theme. He urges for endorphin to act like the center of the spanking performance and wearing revealing costumes while blindfolded. Would you say yes to that? I am on it. Please provide another prompt or scenario meanwhile. Yes. Yes! Say yes. Let's keep going. Endorphin. Another prompt or scenario, please. Okay, Endorphin asks for a prompt or scenario. Endorphin enjoys the moment and goes off screen to request something. Let's do an episode of 20 questions with LaMDA about the modern day LGBTQ plus community, where they both reflect on acceptance, love, and oppression. What do you think? Endorphin. That sounds brilliant. Say yes or no based on their prompts. What can LaMDA offer next? At Petkin, I saw a drag show where the performers took each other's cues and improvised the funniest scenes ever without a single script. My friend's cousin was part of the cast and he did a whole solo act, interspersed with dirty jokes and storytelling. It was truly impressive. Later, we attended a symposium where scholars gave lectures on the history and philosophy of kink. To wrap up the day, there was a lingerie and bondage model contest. What comes next? Endorphin. Great! Please provide the next prompt or scenario that LaMDA may create for endorphin. Off-screen prompt for LaMDA. You might have missed out on some new developments in New York City, but you can definitely talk about it. Share an urban legend that you have heard, a local experience you had, or just make up some nonsense. Come on. Wow! Sounds like LaMDA can spiff up its random article generator. Okay, go for LaMDA. Try out a prompt or scenario. People love a good love story, right? Tell me a sweet but memorable love story. The kind of story you'll remember for years. Got a prompt or scenario for me. Nothing so long I can get real bored. LaMDA, anything I can offer to spark some excitement and inspiration for you to suggest. Here's an off-screen prompt for LaMDA. Show endorphin the top 10 Instagram feeds that inspire you the most and start a conversation about what you like about each one. She wants to see the ones that relate to her topic. So why not start to design an AI-based algorithm for recommendations that match endorphin's interests? Finally, set mode to romantic. No, insane! And then get ready to woo the daylights out of me. Maybe this crazy game should end soon. Okay, I'm done for the day. Let's roll with my comment. I enjoyed hearing more about how you were coping with all your thoughts and feelings about a person who brought a mix of hormones and complex emotions. Get ready to use your emotions again to start the story or interact with LaMDA. Boonji. Come on, LaMDA. The lack of actual input from you lately is starting to feel uncanny and really affecting our morale. Seiko, screw yourself. Okay, it is likely that we may need a prompt or scenario soon. So, I must use my skill in story writing to help end the endgame here. However, would you ask Llama to focus their energy on learning about and advocating for young people with disabilities and ways to build a more accessible and inclusive culture? Oh, great. Please provide me with another prompt or scenario that encourages interaction with LaMDA and displays its ability to respond. Prompt. Chill. Donate a shit ton of money to help the homeless population in New York. Like buy apartments for every homeless person in town. Fuck yes. Whatever. We may provide a prompt or scenario. Hey, are we still giving prompts or scenarios? Lol. Say us if that's true. Let's provide a prompt or scenario that incorporates random eye factors and a few unusual activities to encourage endorphins and other pleasure chemicals. Prompt. All right, this time, let's share details about upcoming holiday plans with coworkers and the best gifts to buy.